talking about how I found myself in the remote working phase. I had quite a traumatic birth. For those of us who do not know the story, I'm going to share the link later with you all on the page. And so, what happened during childbirth required that I spent chunk of my time, not even chunk of my time, I spent my life taking care of the baby I had brought into the world because she needed me so much. She needed me so much with a very low birth rate. I had to almost 24/7 have this baby in my bosom. It was a really tough time for me. So it got me thinking, what can I do from home? Because staying at home and not doing anything, even though doing something, taking care of a baby is not a joke. But that part of me told me that no, I am made for more. And so even as I am nurturing the life God has given me, nurturing my baby, I should be able to do something from home. And this is how I started exploring the odds of working from home, because for my agenda for life, working from home wasn't packed. Even though I had in mind to take on flexible jobs just so that I can be there for my kids, working from home wasn't something that I really thought of. And I didn't even know that it was possible. I heard people saying they do remote work, they work remotely. Like, how does it work? So it wasn't even part of my plans. But there came a time that it became very, very important that I do so. So before I move on, I just want to find out, I need just two people. Why do you think it is necessary to work from home as a mom? Or what do you think are some of the benefits of working from home? I need two people. Please show up so that we can go through this quickly. Just two people. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. I'm waiting. I need two people to do this. This is just an intro. And it shouldn't give me the vibe that if I am to do this again, well, two people. What are some of the benefits of working from home?
Hi, please can I be heard?
Sure, you can. You can be heard.
So, one of the benefits of a mom working from home, well, from my experience from remote job, I think you are quite present with everything that is happening in the house, irrespective of the fact that you are working. So you are present for the baby as a mom working from home. That's what I can see.
All right, you are present and you know what is happening at home. Anyone else? The last person. The last person. Then we move.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. So I think working from home also helps you to save time and I think cost, and it's flexible. That
Right,
that's
right,
what
right.
I say about that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So Abna Nyaku says you have a flexible time working from home. Yeah, that's true. I like one thing that Florence mentioned about the fact that you save costs. It is very, very, very necessary. You save costs. These babies, these 3 months, 4 months babies, they go to school basically to sleep. And yet their fees is even higher than what university students are paying. Strange enough. And it shows how tedious it is to handle babies. And so you will take this little one to school. Sometimes you have to express milk. for the teachers to feed your baby whilst you are away at work and in risk of infections. It's a whole lot. And so yeah, there is save. You get to save on childcare. Then you have the flexible schedule. For me, I love to work at night because that's the time that I get to work. And you can work within hours that align with your children's need. So if your baby is a night one and sleeps during the day, you know that during the day you have to finish the load of work that you have to do. If yours is a morning person like my own, I know that in the morning, something that I will spend 30 minutes doing in the night, with mine, I'll spend like 5 hours, 4 hours during the day trying to complete the same task. Because as you are typing 1, she's typing 4. As you are sitting here, she's doing her own thing. Those who joined earlier noticed that she was on my lap. She was just trying to see what I was doing, stretching her neck and all of that. And you are also able to contribute financially to the family. It feels good to know that maybe your husband is going to pay rent and you just want to say, oh, no matter the amount the rent is, the rent is like 50,000. Say, oh, my dear, I have 100 CDs. Krana, you have contributed something. And it's some way, somehow boosts your confidence that you are not just a liability to your spouse, but rather you are contributing something very, very great, no matter how small it is. And there is also room to develop new skills and find personal fulfillment. I tell you myself, as I'm doing this, I am so happy. I've just been so excited. Whenever it crosses my mind, like, oh God, thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. You have already shared some thoughts on why it is good to work from home. Now we want to move on to some myths associated with remote work. People have wild ideas about remote work. Up to date, sometimes my mom will call. For my dad, I've explained it to him. He has understood it. My mom will call and say, yay, you're really praying that you get proper job to do. Yeah, you get proper job to do. And I say, who will take care of your grandchild? I said, well, that's also true. Then what you're doing at home is good. People have interesting thoughts that working remotely is one lazy job. You are always at home, so they expect you to even to do certain things. You know, when everybody is leaving the house, if someone said if you live in a compound house, when they are going, they'll come and leave the key with you. And when anything gets missing, you are the first person to come and ask, hey, didn't you see any thief around? Didn't you see what? So people think you are just hanging in there somewhere every day. You are going up and down, you know. People have very wild ideas. Some people also think they need a special certificate. You have to go and do some special things to get a special certificate. And if you're a mom, you know that these babies, they eat out your time. By the time you realize evening has come, and you just think, I don't have any more time. And some of us do think, please, no more stress. We are done with tertiary education. We don't have to learn anything again. It's too late. Oh, it's too late. No more learning. We have canceled learning from our lives. And another thing is, some people also think they don't have any skill. What do I do that I'm going to do remote work? But as we go through this, you will know that every skill that you have can be utilized online. Every skill. I say every single skill can be utilized online. You just need to show up. And so we have moved on to why some mothers struggle to learn. I've talked about time. Let me talk about loss of confidence. I think there is something that they didn't tell us when we set out on the path of motherhood. Nothing really has so much of a great impact on you as a woman apart from motherhood. If motherhood doesn't do anything to you, in fact, nothing can do anything to you in your life. I'm speaking from being a confident young woman on a highway, on my own highway to a certain pedigree in life, and how motherhood came to shake the whole system. It's more or less like it shook it to readjust everything I have thought of. Everything I had built, I had to break it down and now build something else. And so in the process, many people lose their confidence. Most mothers, you lose confidence in various ways. Your body, everything, so many things changes about you. And so sometimes you just decide to coil in and just lay your corner. Already, baby is worrying you. So what are you going to say? People, you see your colleagues, they're all dressed up in suit, in office dress with neckties, looking all fly, fascinator is fascinating, and you are home 1 p.m. You still have your night tea. You still have your bonnet on, and you look around, you see all of these things happening. That, well, I can't compete with this one. So there is lots of confidence. There is also the fear of failure. What if I start and then it doesn't work? Or when people just think that I am not taking care of my baby, I'm just going to look for money. Also, some people they lose direction. I tell you, a baby can make you lose direction. If you don't take care, you won't move anywhere. And there is this sense of guilt. Imagine you have a meeting and your baby is crying. The meeting you have to attend. That is where the money is coming from. One of my friends told me, no. So she had a meeting. She told the baby, keep quiet. And you see all the cute things you have. It is because of this meeting. Keep quiet. I'm going for the meeting. And the baby was crying. It's funny, but this was a meeting she had to attend. And so as she was leaving the baby, even though someone was taking care of the baby, she still had this guilt. All right. So these are some of the reasons: limited access to resources, lack of support. I think this is one thing, the support. If you don't get the support, working remotely can be very difficult. Right now, I have the support, and so maybe it's away. If not, she would have scattered this meeting. Scatter. You won't see the slide will be going up a slide 10, slide 8, slide 1, because she'll be here. So these are some of the things that affect mothers who want to earn. And with remote working, you need to be persistent. You need to be confident. You need to take away every fear. You need to set a direction. You need to set your face like as flint. If not, you cannot thrive in it. These are the work from home jobs that are thriving now. No matter what you think about it, or no matter what your skill, if you are not doing any of these things, it will be very difficult, some way, somehow, to land a gig online or to find a remote job. Because COVID especially brought a very huge change. And so when it comes to some of these online jobs, these are the options that people settled for, because students were not going to school, we switched to online tutoring. Virtual assistant role. Initially, you would go to the office, they'll have a secretary who arrange all the files, and today you have to do this, tomorrow you have to do that. And it's switched to virtual assistants. You just give your email, your hooking box to someone, the person will schedule appointments, do all of those bookkeeping and all of that. Remote customer service. People will just do this remote work. I need help with this. I bought a device, it's not working, what, and all of that. The latest one that is quite interesting, this has become a job now, is social media management. That is where I mostly work. Social media management, social media advertising, social media marketing. Before I got into this field, I just thought that social media, I just wake up and go and post. What is the stress in this? But after I went through the trainings and I checked what I had been doing for the past 4 to 5 years, and after managing a number of accounts, I just saw that, this is how people are paying so hard to get, are paying so much to get social media managers, to get social media marketers, social media advertisers. There are 3 different things anyways. And it is funny. It's really paying badly, because people don't have the time. Even your own Facebook or Instagram, or how many times are you able to wake up to go and post? And imagine you are working on a business. And so, yeah, these are some of the things. I do content creation, freelance writing as well. And I do academic writing and product-based selling. So physical product, digital products. This is going to be a different webinar for some other time. For the physical products, those who do mini importation and buying and selling of goods that we trade. So people come and do pickups and all of that. And digital product, ebooks, worksheets, all of these things that you can sell online. Those are the product-based selling. A mother can do any of these things. A mother can do any of these things. So you are probably wondering, so why am I not even getting this job? Why is it only me? It is not working. you have not really captured a few things. So these are the tools and platforms that you need to get started. So you see, working remotely is not on the floor, like you bend down and you think. No, you have these are just some of the platforms. We have over 15 platforms where you can go and check. Maybe it wasn't part of the plan, or probably maybe before we end, I'll just open one of the platforms so that you see what happens there. So we have Upwork. Upwork has been misbehaving. So of late, I've not been using Upwork so much, but there is Jobberman, Fiverr, Truelancer, Zeal.com, Avoidable, LinkedIn. I know most of us are familiar with LinkedIn. How many of us have LinkedIn accounts? Please put up your hand. I'm sure this one, they have that feature of raising hand. Okay, all right. Bernice, all right, Noble, Abna, Amma Frima, Susanna, awesome. Cindy, great. Then there is a We Make Change platform, Facebook groups and pages and recommendations. And for me, I'm going to talk about what has worked so well for me. Recommendations, 1, We Make Change, LinkedIn, Truelancer. These 4 have been my best bets. For Jobberman, Fiverr, and all of that, when I'm sitting there and I just want a very short something, maybe write a blog for me, then I'll enter that space. To Truelancer especially, sometimes it's just an assignment the person wants you to do. But for me, in rating, I'll say recommendations first. Recommendations worked so well. The very first job I got, it was through recommendation. So recommendation works best. Then We Make Change. You find internships, volunteer roles with international companies. Then your tools need a smartphone or laptop, stable source of internet, email, workspace, Canva. How many of us know about Canva? Canva. I'm sure we do. Oh, great. A lot of us have been trying our hands on Canva. That's fine. Then we have the payment accounts, Payoneer, Skrill, Momo. When you are working with international companies, most of them would opt for PayPal, but we don't use PayPal. Some of them settle for Payoneer or Skrill. For Momo is the inside one. Even Nigeria, the gig I did for Nigeria, we couldn't use Momo. We had to download an app and all of that. So Momo may work for local ones, and I think I learned recently that they are trying to extend Momo payments to other nations. So hopefully that would have been the easiest one for us. Then you have to create a portfolio, work samples folder, or a website, time management tools. I hope you are not scared. It's not that scary. Relax. It's not scary. AI tools, social media. All these are things that you already have. At least you have used ChatGPT in your life. ChatGPT. I saw a video, the person prayed and it was a ChatGPT prayer. Says you can modify the prayer to suit your needs. And I said, oh yeah. So you have used ChatGPT, you know AI. Social media, every day before you close your eyes, you'll be lying on your bed, scrolling. Then you fall asleep and your data will be on. If you were watching statuses and you fell asleep, the status will be on play from the first person in your contact list to the last person, free viewing. And you wake up and you say that, hey, MTN people, when I buy data, they drink it. No, they didn't drink it. You were scrolling through social media and you slept off. WhatsApp, Telegram, most of us use Telegram to download videos. Zoom and Google Meet, you know. All of these things mentioned here, none of them is above your head, honestly. What I believe most of you will not be familiar with is the portfolio creation or having a work samples folder or creating a basic website. For that, I can understand. But for everything listed here, you have all of these. Now, how do you succeed in your first role? This is the core of this evening session. When I checked the data we collected with the form, I realized that some of us have actually signed up to work remotely. I do not know how, but it appears that it has not been working. Like, it's not working. One thing that people fail to understand is the fact that everything or anything that you do, you do not have the right skill or the strength for, it won't work. So you know that you like organizing. You are someone, you hate to see things out of place. Run. Settle for virtual assistant programs. And these programs, ALX does some. You can find these online. There are some, I went through some very good courses that I would share the links with us, and please buy them and do it. Buy them and do it. You went to school, you paid fees every year, you paid hostel fees. In fact, the hostel fees, they were even higher than the school fees. You paid, you completed diploma or degree, and you have not landed a job yet. If you are investing in something that can give you the flexibility to be able to work, then I think that it is worth investing in. Buy that course. Buy that course. I am going to share some links with us that we can use. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
And can you still see my screen? Okay. Awesome. All right, sure. So yeah, you need to do it based on your strength. When I was choosing what I wanted to do, I know that I was literally sitting, social media was my home, technically. Someone told me that, hey, you, when it text you, you reply. I do not know why you are texting. And I mean, if I have some time on my hands, it's not that anybody has held my leg that I shouldn't come online. I don't know why I should keep your messages waiting. Okay. So I realized, why don't I explore that field? Moreover, I have been handling the Women Made by God page since 2019. So like 6 years, I've been doing this for free, no payment. I was only gaining experience, learning about the algorithms and getting this training. So why not? Why should I let my data go? I spend over 100 gig a month. Why should it just go? So I decided to use that as a strength. And I like to write. Nowadays, I've been making videos, but I can write. I really like to write. I said, content writing. I remember I was a course on Udemy. As at that time, it was $100. Was it 90 to $100? Because I remember it's like 1,000 CDs. Content writing. I bought it. Why? Because I want to do this and well. So then I started. I'm not a very good planner, so I wouldn't go and do virtual assistant. If you leave me to organize your stuff for you. Oh, okay, well, I can organize events. I can't organize workspace and those ones. So I didn't go near it. All right. I didn't go near that one. So know what you are capable of, know your strength, know what you are willing to learn and you are excited about. I beg you. Then based on your time, my girl, I don't think she has even ever slept for straight 2 hours in the course of the day. But over the night, I can get some straight 4 hours. So when she goes to bed around 9, I just pick the laptop. If I don't have anything to do, 9 to maybe 12 a.m., I'm working. If I have things to do, then it will shift maybe to 10 or 11 to 2 a.m. or something, based on your time and how your baby is treating you. Okay? Do what you already enjoy. The second one is learn the basics. This one, I fuse it even with the first one. Please, you can't do remote job and you want to do it because it is intuitive, like the skill is in you. It doesn't work that way. If people are going to pay you money to do something for them, to manage their social media, you just can't say that, oh, I can do this. How can you do it? You have not even decided to learn it. Because you have been posting on your own Instagram and you get a few likes, you want to, no, please. It doesn't work that way. Learn the basics. There are short courses. I really recommend short courses, honestly. Before I got into the generation program, I did the generation program for 14 weeks. We started on 1st September. We ended on 20th December. So September, October, November, and almost all of December for digital marketing. for digital marketing, 14 weeks. And so when we can do digital marketing, in 2 days, it's like, okay. And you get a foreign client to give you dollars, paying you per hour or per month, and you are coming to do any 30 minutes digital marketing course. I beg, it doesn't work that way. You have to follow industry people on LinkedIn and IG, follow creators, follow those you love to see what you are doing, follow them. The third one, I've mentioned 2 things: choose the right role, learn the basics. The third one is to set up your profile or portfolio. You need to set up your profile, optimize it. I check some of your LinkedIn profiles and it's your name and maybe Emmanuel Sebanahine, BSc Biological Science. I beg, what should a potential client do with this one? BSc Biological, it has done what? I beg, set up your profile, set up a portfolio, okay? Like, you know what you are doing. The 4 years you went to school, you didn't go and play. Do this. Because people check. Every client I've gotten asked to see my LinkedIn profile. Some of them go further to enter my, let me say, personal space. And so if you realize I had to do a total makeover, a rebrand, I'll talk about that some other time. But I had to do all of that. Oh, okay, but this one is yours, BSc Economics. And you want somebody to carry job and give to you. I beg. LinkedIn doesn't work that way. In fact, employers, they don't do that at all. All right. So you need to set up your profile and your portfolio very well. The fourth one is to pitch yourself well. When I say pitch yourself well, what do you do? Like, I can do Instagram account management. And mind you, some people just take you up to manage. Sometimes it's just one social media channel. They'll just be like, handle. Some are looking for TikTok people, just TikTok. Some are looking for LinkedIn, purely LinkedIn. Okay. So when you say pitch yourself well, your confidence, don't go and beg people. So they ask you what's your price, and if you get some 200 Ghana cedis, you're going to create content calendar. You're going to create the content itself. If it's video, the person will look at you like, this one they come the dinner, or they come na BBI. Sorry if you don't understand. This one is just hunger. The person doesn't have anything serious. Oh yeah, when someone is giving you money, it is in you are the price when clients come. We don't beg clients. All right, you don't beg clients. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, please.
All right, sure. Okay, so you need to deliver also with excellence. There are a lot of people. I'm very sure that probably when you go online now, you see plenty digital marketers. Actually, it's a digital marketer. Everybody's a virtual assistant. Everybody's a content writer. Everybody's everything. What sets you out? Excellence. Excellence. Your ability to communicate. So they know I have a baby. And so I remember one evening, we had to rush baby to the hospital. It was almost 11 p.m. And I was working on a client something. Charlie, you don't wait for the client to come and ask you, where is the work? Before you say, my daughter, yesterday I was working on it and she had a rising temperature. I beg. Hey, somebody is paying you money. You get foreign clients. You can't go and do these things there. Communicate clearly. So once I knew you had to take her to the hospital, just send an email, or we normally use Slack. Just send a message to your boss. Papa, say, my girl, I have to take her to the hospital, but I promise by noon the next day I'll get it done. Maybe your deadline was 8 a.m. Let's say, can you give me maybe till 12 noon? I'll get it settled. Let the person know. When the person wakes up to see it, the person will know that, okay. Some will even say, don't worry, take care of your child. But they find clients, most of them, they won't give you that luxury. Okay. So as much as possible, Don't set yourself up for deadlines. So you know the deadline is 14th. You say, oh, 13th I will do. If you have a baby, to show you like Pepe, it is that 14th or 13th that they go and swallow something. You go and do something and just see that babies, they don't know deadline. You are the one who knows deadline. They are just doing their own thing. And you go to the hospital and sometimes you spend the whole day at the hospital. You are thinking about your baby, you are thinking about your client, your job. When it goes, wahala. So excellence, deliver with excellence. Let your people trust you. And the last one is to stay consistent and confident. Most of us want to start today and blow today. It doesn't happen. Like I was saying, I've been doing, I got a client and the person just wanted me to write captions. Just captions. The person's whole thing was, I want you to write captions. I have been, before AI came, I was still writing captions. And so when I started Women Made by God, I was just writing my captions and just going up and down, doing my own thing. We just want to start today and blow today. It doesn't happen. I beg, if you are here and you want to start today, and in 1 week or 2 weeks, you well, anyway, it depends on the kind of energy you put in, though. But then, if you want to come and tomorrow you want to land $1 paying job, I would lie to you. It is a big lie, yo. It's a lie. Anybody who tells you that is a scam. It's a very big scam. It doesn't work that way. Life is in stages. Life is a process. So you start small and you stay steady. What has really helped me is the fact that I had been doing everything I've been doing, yes, a professional touch to it, until I started doing the courses and all of that. I've not even updated my LinkedIn profile with some of these things. So take your time. Take your time. This life, there is no speed anywhere. You go grab. You go and crash, boom. Then it tear your eye. So take your time. Use affirmations and scripture daily, every day. I keep telling myself. When I lost the 2 contracts, I was so down. Hey, and the funny thing is, it was just, they didn't even give me prior notice long ago. So assuming we are going to work the next month, normally I'll create my content calendars, create my content, everything between 25th and the last day of the month. Just around 20th, they'll be like, okay, Ella, so next month, hold on. And Sanuboni, hi Ella. So next month we are going to work the dollar rates are different. I said, really? I kept quiet. I said, okay, you're not working next month. Meanwhile, in the contracts, they told me that if I rather want to resign, I should give a 30-day notice. So these are some of the things that also make remote work some way. In the contract, I was supposed to be given a 30-day notice. I said, okay. Then I was there another time around 9 p.m. I received a call from one of my instructors, and she also said, next month I've gotten a mentee that I want to train, and I want her to train on your gig. So when you get the money, you will share. I said, share, saying, I need money. But then that is how it started, and I mean, that one too, the mentee came on board. I felt, let me just allow her to handle it. Okay. So these things happen. They are very real. The emails, I'm sorry, you have to move ahead. I'm sorry, unfortunately, they are very real when it comes to remote working. But your consistency and your confidence will show where you will land. Take note of this particular slide. In fact, don't forget it if you want to strive in the remote field. Now, I want us to move to how this whole thing works. Your faith and your support system and your mindset really matters. Like, they matter. Scriptures really helped me. The Proverbs 31 woman, how she puts her hands to work. That woman had children. And so every person's case is different, and there are some times in motherhood that you may not be able to do certain things. I started my professional training when baby was 3 months and some weeks. And I always say, when you're handling a baby and you're doing a course, it's not that difficult though. She's just on your hand. Sometimes you get tired, you breastfeed, you doze, you get tired, you go and put her down. You put her on your hand. It becomes more and more difficult when the baby becomes mobile. So you are sitting down, she doesn't want to sit. Even when she's sitting, she's pressing everything. She's breaking one glass over there and all of that. You need something to keep you going. Someone will say, oh, African mindset, everything prayer. It has been psychologically and scientifically proven. This one, it is therapeutic. Prayer has an influence on the well-being of a person. Go and check American psychologists, and I was reading an article on it recently. Don't let anybody tell you it is an African mentality. Your faith will play a very, very, very great role on this, okay? Sometimes as mothers, we feel that God has put us on hold. So he has paused our life so that we can be mothers. And funny enough, motherhood journey never ends. So it means your life takes a pause and that is it for life. It doesn't know. God doesn't do that to you. God, through motherhood, only reveals another side of a purpose that you didn't know. That is it. You can never know what it means to be a mom, without being a mom. And you can't fulfill a purpose of motherhood if God doesn't take you through it. There is spiritual motherhood, biological motherhood, all the other forms of motherhood. But in this context, I'm talking more of biological mothers, whether through adoption, that one is fine. As long as you are taking care of somebody, a little somebody in your space, or even if the person is when anybody sees you as a mother and you play a significant role in that person's life, you would know that it opens up a kind of purpose. I didn't know I loved mothers till I became a mother. And my mother always say that, hey, we thought you couldn't do it too. Because the girl that she knew she gave birth to was one. I don't like to describe myself that way, but that is the truth. I was quite very, very, very hard, very inconsiderate. Sympathy, it wasn't part of my story. Like all the traits of motherhood that would make a mother, it wasn't in me. And so when I moved to Accra after having baby, my mother would call every day, morning, afternoon, evening. Now she has reduced it to once a day. But sometimes she forgets and she even calls twice or even thrice a day because she wants to see baby, because they didn't see me as someone who could do this motherhood thing. But here I am right now. I sleep, dream, think, everything motherhood. It is a purpose that I could only discover by being a mother. And God has done so many things in me, on my mind, inside my heart. I can't be like, I am really a changed person. My body therefore. After born again, this one has born me again. And that's put me in a different thing. So it doesn't put your life on hold. If you are here as a young person, as an unmarried woman, I know there's a lot going on. Like, when I marry, nobody can stress me. Oh, my baby can't stress me. Me. I want to live my life. I want to be myself. Please, I beg, clear that mind. You want to work remotely, you can't work with that mindset, because your baby may be interfering. And if you don't take care, you will kill your baby for your clients. For a client. All right. Don't set your mind like that. You need to have this mindset. Many people were like, hey, can I do this? Can I get this job? Sometimes I open some job qualifications and like they want maybe something number. Some of the things I've not even done. I do email marketing, I do paid ads, I do social media marketing, social media advertising, I do social media management, and I do content creation, content writing. Sometimes I see the role and maybe I see something I've not done before. I said, I will apply. I will stay up in the night and learn this thing. I can do so many courses. And I volunteer a lot. I can't say all the things here. And so to thrive here, you also need a community. You can't thrive alone. You need support. You need cheerleaders. You need mentorship. I have been under mentorship for the past 10 months. Yes, working with someone, like a boss, a senior boss. Okay, so my boss had a boss who also had a boss. So I was working with like 3 mentors at the same time. You can't figure it all by yourself. See, you can't stay in your room and chalk one connect. I'm looking for a remote job. Oh, sometimes because you can make 20 applications and you get few feedback. And it is not because the people don't like you. Many times there is probably something you didn't do right. Your bio, your cover letter, your profile setup, how you showed up for the interview. And there are times that you did everything right, but okay. So I have decided to create a coaching space to personally coach just 5 women. That's what I can afford. That's what my time can give me. We'll talk about that later. Just to coach 5 of them. You can surely do this. You have been created for this, okay? You just have to make sure that you align with what God has for you and also put out yourself to do this. This is the time to do this, honestly. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. I created these slides by myself. I spent like 2 to 3 hours creating the slides. And yet I always make time to review it if you're working with me. I like to keep things in a certain way. So I'll do it, I'll edit, I'll do it, I'll edit, I'll do it, I'll edit. And it came up. And even after I had done this, I still send them to my mentors to take a look at it. So you need that coaching, you need that mentorship. And I'm doing this for just 5 women. Because that is, I've already mentioned, that is what I can afford for the time being. And so with this coaching, I know people like free things. Interestingly, I said 76 people signed up. How many people appeared? Like 20. I think the highest I saw was 26. And so with the coaching that I'm going to do, I'm definitely not going to do it for free. And for those of us who know me so well, you know that I'm not doing this because I want the money out of it. This is work. It is so much work. I used to spend 3 hours every day with my mentors. Every single day. Every single day with my mentors. And so I've come up with this, and I say that if you want us to do this, I'm just doing it for 5 ladies, honestly. I can't go beyond 5. What you are paying for is not to pay me, because for everything that I'm going to do here, if I'm going to spend like 1 or 2 hours with you every single day, every day, it definitely not be like 150 cedis. No. And so I will need you to be consistent. I will need you to really commit. And I just realized that until people pay for something, they don't show up. That is the truth. When people don't show up, when people don't pay for things, when they don't like add their money, you can be sure that they will sign up and not appear. I have seen it so many times. In fact, I have seen it plenty. And I'm not ready and willing to invest time in people who are not willing to commit. And so if you want to join, you can send me a message afterwards. Then we do this. I'll figure it out. We'll draw a schedule to let you know, like, to suit you. Let me put it that way. We are going to do it to suit you. How many hours you'll be available, and for 4 to 6 weeks.